Hey guys and girls, welcome back to my channel on the Anthony Kenneth Bishop channel. I'm Anthony Kenneth Bishop, this is my channel, and I sometimes I think about a lot of stuff before I put it on here, on my YouTube, what I'm going to say and what I'm going to do and all that shit, and it really pisses me off, right? Thing is, right, I don't know if you guys believe in the holy and now and all this God stuff, the Bible and all that. I mean, my whole family are Christians, or the majority of them anyway. My other brother, he don't believe in shit, really, to be honest. But it makes me wonder if people actually give a damn nowadays about all this religion malarkey stuff. I mean, myself personally, I believe there is something out there, maybe a creator, the creator of life, maybe the creator of the universe and all this kind of stuff, and it kind of puts things into perspective view on certain things. So on one end you've got the one perspective view, then you've got the second perspective view, then you've got it's like the four corners of a puzzle. Each corner of the puzzle is all connected in a way to that it's all planned out for us. Life is like a puzzle. All you've got to do is just piece them together, and you've got this wonderful, glorious type of mirage of different colours and different life aspects of life, with different flows of blood going through and all that. What really annoys me is that people end up wanting to throw their lives away due to unexpected downfalls. Say if some person is falling out in a relationship and is basically thought that he's come to the end of his life cycle, so they end up he ends up doing himself in or something, or his girlfriend goes and has sex with another bloke to just try and get revenge sex. I mean, where does all this kind of stuff, where does it end? Some people end up in a bloody box, some people end up rich and powerful and just on the outskirts of the universe, looking in. It's like looking through a glass window, looking through at someone's life, but it's not you actually, it's not your life. You're looking at someone else's life through the shadowy glass of smoky mirrors or something, smoking mirrors, shadowy broken glass. And as you're looking outside and you're looking in, you're wondering what that guy's life has all been. If it's been to the point of his breaking down in his relationship, whether it's him losing his kids, or whether it's him actually dying of cancer, or if it's someone else dying of something else, or if it's a woman who's in a relationship and it breaks down, all this kind of stuff. And people just don't see that there's a good side of life. They always seem to see the in and outs of something that's a disaster and that cannot be repaired, even though people presume that life is all okie dokie and all that. life isn't any, like, it's not okay, but it's not, I mean, it's okay and it's not okay, and it's not great either, and it's not good either, but sometimes it can be great in life. It's just different parts of your life which change over to different aspects. There's different aspects of your life just going down. Every time you get older and older and older, you become more maturer, you become more wiser, I think, in the way of things, thinking of things. Now, what really annoys me about this as well is people, like, they go out, they smoke cigarettes, they drink booze and alcohol and all that, but they do not, on any circumstances, stop and think of all this harm it's actually harming their body. To be honest, if it's true, and the Bible, in the Bible and all that, that God does exist, and I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does somewhere. I'm sure our Creator will come forward one day, will collect us all, take us all in his arms, and just love his children. But if we've been given life for us to examine the universe, to examine life as a whole and stuff, and get to find the true existence of our universe, our life, our starting brigade of how it all began, how life really began, then we need to look deep inside ourselves, stop at what we're doing, what we're smoking, what we're drinking, what we're thinking in our heads, all the thoughts that go running through our heads. We need to think before we act. Otherwise, if we think too much, too hard, then is at the pinnacle point, the pinnacle point of our life, where we do not think at all, and we just go into these situations not knowing what is going on, and by then it is too late to think that at some point in our life we've gone and made mistakes, we've gone and, like, burned the bridges so we cannot cross them, and we cannot cross the bridge to repair it because it's too far gone down the actual river, the river of hate. Hate is a bad word. I dislike the word hate, and it really annoys me to the fact that people do not think at all about the harming, the risks. They think that having a smoke a cigarette, 1 cigarette a day or 10 cigarettes. So this one person said she used to smoke, she smokes 10 cigarettes a day and she don't have any more. Thing is, if you think about it, 10 cigarettes a day times that 7 days, that's 70 cigarettes a week if it's every day. 70 cigarettes a week. 7 days times 10, so 10 times 7 is 70. And if you think about it, every 70 cigarettes that you put inside you a week can build up, and it can actually take away the a little bit of the extra percentage of your life. And I find that every cigarette you put in is like 1% gone of your health, of your lifespan. If you were going to live a life full into about 70, 80, some people smoke up until they're like 70, 80 years old, and then they end up dead, right? Some people smoke when they're 90, 100 or something, and they're still smoking, they're still carrying on and still fighting the fight or fight. They say fighting the good fight, but how can smoking be good for you when it intoxicates you and your children too? Thing is, every time you smoke a cigarette, your children are smoking as well, and the smoking affects the whole people around you. It's called passive smoking. If you don't know what passive smoking is, go onto Wikipedia and check it out. You'll find a load of stuff what passive smoking is. And thing is, if we can stop and think just for one moment in our entire existence of our life, that one moment can save you, your children, your family, and the rest of your life for many, many more years with your family, with your kids. I mean, would you rather have 20% of your life gone away from you and your family, or would you like to get those 20% back of your life and carry on seeing your children into you're an old lady or old man or whatever age? I mean, okay, they say old ones, you lived about 60, 70, you're pretty much almost done, you're ready for your box. But thing is, I myself, I would like to live until I'm 90, 100. Oh, fuck, I'd like to live until I'm over 100. But how can we live until over 100 if we got all these intoxicating toxins going inside our bodies, or getting passed over, or alcohol as well? For instance, if you're drinking and you're drinking, okay, you may only be drinking 1 drink a day or something, a brandy or something, or whiskey or something, or a Chardonnay or something, or a shandy or something, 1 shandy a day. But don't forget that 1%, 1 drink equals 1% of your life going. So you drink, say, 1 a day, 7 days a week, that's 7% of your life there, just literally vanishing from you without a trace. I know what I would want in life, and I would want to be with my family. I would want to see my children grow up. I would want my children to grow up if I have any one day and stuff. I haven't got a girlfriend at the moment, but if I have children, I would want to grow up, want to see them grow up, and I would like to be old enough to see my grandchildren as well grow up and all of that. And it would make me happy as an older person in life. Thing is, you could only be happy in life if you're happy in life. And I find that if you're not happy in life and you've got all these intoxicating toxins going, it's not just like, it's not booze, it's not just booze, not alcohol, it's not just those either. It's about looking after the environment. If you're not looking after the environment, environmentally friendly, I want the whole planet to be green from toxins, from gases and all that. I want it to be so it's not, I want it so it's nice and clean. The air is absolutely fucking clean. And I find if we can get the whole air, the whole toxins out of the system, out of the air and all that, all the pollution of the air and all that, and have these beautiful trees not get cut down, I think in a way, one day our whole existence would be not for nothing. It would be for something. And yeah, I mean, if you guys and girls agree to have no alcohol in our country as a UK people, and no tobacco, if no tobacco, no alcohol, and no drugs either, because drugs, I mean, if you're talking about life-saving drugs that can actually help people save their lives, that's something different. That's something medically. I mean, it's like, as well, like the National Health Service, it really annoys me as well, right? That the National Health Service says they want to open the National Health Service 7 days a week. But how can they, when they not even able to keep the staff in check? Because you see, the doctors and the nurses, they're always, they're always going on strike. And if they're all going on strike, how are you going to keep all these doctors and nurses from literally staying put? To be honest, they should have contracts for them to stay there. That means that they won't be able to get out of it if they've got a contract based on there. Especially when, like, you got doctors and nurses that go off to leave the UK after they've done all their health training, medical training and all that. And then suddenly they say, oh, go, let's do it, let's go somewhere else. And they go to another country. To be honest, they should have a contract to stay in this country, in the UK. I'm in England, I live in the UK, so it's Great Britain and all that. But if you've got a contract for this country, you're not allowed to leave for 5 years until that contract's up, or 5-10 years. It depends how they work it out. And the thing is, I read about it. I was reading about the alcohol tax, not alcohol, the cigarette tobacco tax they're supposed to be doing next year. Basically, and that's in 2017, by the way. This is going to be 2017. So in 2017, which is next year, that's a few months to go until 2017. 20th of May, I believe, 2017. They're cutting down all the tobacco, which means that any tobacco under the 10 grams or anything under 30 grams is going to be made illegal. So you're not allowed to sell any of that. You can buy tobacco over 30 grams in packs, which I find is more beneficial, because it pays to actually smoke that shit. And you wouldn't catch me smoking that crap at all, tobacco. And with cigarettes as well, they're not doing 10s no more after next year. When next year comes in May 2017. So that means any 10s and that they're selling now, they've got to get rid of them all by next year. And that way, once they get rid of them all by next year, that's it, they're done, finished. And they're going to start doing 20s only. And I think, to be honest, with the 20s, they should do them at £20 a pack. That works out £1 a cigarette. That is £1 of your life going away, of your health. If you want to pay that £20, that's fine. That's fine. Just pay it out of your own money and all that. But £20 should be the beneficial amount of money that you guys should be paying for cigarettes. You want cigarettes that badly, you want to smoke them that badly, you got to pay badly. And I think that's what the government should do. I hope the government's listening to me, and hope they do it as well. With tobacco as well, I hope for the 30 grams, I hope they put that up to around about 15 quid a pack. 15 quid at the most, because that way it should be beneficial for smokers, tobacco smokers. Any of the menthols as well, the menthols won't be going away until 2020. So they're going to make those ban, they're going to ban menthols in 2020, which is a good idea, because using those fake cigarettes gets people and young kids smoking normal cigarettes. Anyway, if you like my video, guys and girls, I know it's a long one. Cheers all for watching, and catch you all later. But if you like it, do subscribe to the channel, like the channel, favourite the channel, and cheers all for watching.